Welcome students. This is Associate Professor Jaideep Manocha, Department of Information Technology, Arya College of Engineering and Information Technology, Jaipur. This e-lecture is for final year students of Information Technology branch. Subject is software testing and validation. In this e-lecture, we will be considering the review of software development life cycles, different models, principles of software testing and validation, as well as we will study two new topics, verification and validation. So let us start by taking the first topic into account, that is review of software development life cycle models. So students, as you have studied in your previous classes about software development cycles, so let us take a short review about that. As we know, the first step towards SDLC model is requirement gathering and analysis. Second one is planning. Third one is design. Next is development and coding. And after all, we go for testing. So let us take a brief review of each and every step. As we know that during requirement gathering, the specific requirements of the software are to be built, are gathered and documented. So if the software is bespoke software, then there is a single customer who can give these requirements, but generally it is not. There are a wide variety of requirements. A lot of customers are there. So we do accordingly, and after that we prepare a document that is known as SRS or known as software requirement specification. Next is planning. The purpose of the planning phase is to come up with a schedule, the scope and resource requirement for release. So basically a plan is going to explain how the requirements will be met and by which time. Considering the design phase, the purpose of the design phase is to figure out how to specify the requirements that are enumerated in the system requirements specification document. And design phase produces a representation that will be used by the next phases of the cycle. Next is development and coding. Design is basically a blueprint for the actual coding to proceed. So this development or coding phase comprises coding the programs in the chosen or selected programming language. So it will produce the software that meets the required design. Next is testing. As the programs are coded, that means in the selected programming language, we do the coding, and after that they are also tested. In addition, after the coding completion, the product is subjected to testing. Testing is the process of exercising the software product in a predefined way or in some predefined things to check if the behavior is the same as we are expecting or not. By testing the product, an organization will identify and remove as many as defects possible before selling it or shipping it out. So this is the review of SDLC cycle. Next, we are going to take the main topic, that is the main component of our unit number 1, that is verification, and next will be validation. So student, what is the verification? When we come to a narrow definition of the term testing, then we say is the phase that follows coding and precedes deployment. So basically, when we talk about verification, that means it is the process of evaluating a system or any component of a system to check, fix or determine whether the product of a given phase is going to satisfy the conditions imposed at the start of that phase. So this is basically verification. So when we just consider the term testing, then basically it uncovers defects in the system. And to have some one defects, those are fixed, those are not. So testing is just a narrow term. When we try to explain it in a broader term, then we talk about verification and validation. Validation is coming in the next slides. Basically, it is the process of evaluating a system component during or at the end of the development process to check, fix and determine that it satisfies the specified requirements, that means the requirements, those are mentioned in the software requirements specification document that we have prepared earlier in the earlier phases. So when we talk about verification, it takes care of lot of activities to focus on the question, are we building the right product? But when we talk about validation, that you can see here at the next slide, definition is given there. Then we say that are we building the right product? So you can see there are two terms, are we building the product right, and one is are we building the right product. So this is the basically definitions of verification and validations. So both are related to a broad definition of software testing. Now let us take a review of some life cycle models that you have done or studied in your last classes related to the subject software engineering. Lot of models are there, you know that. Waterfall model is there, red model is there, spiral model is there, V model is there, and many more models are there. So when we talk about life cycle models, students, the things that we consider are the activities to be performed, the deliverables from each activity, methods of validation of the deliverables, sequence of activities, method of verifications of each activity, including the mechanism of communication among that activities. So when we look at a model, then lot of things are cleared. That means a life cycle model that are used in software projects are concerned with lot of things like a brief description of the model itself and the relationship of the model to our new terms. These are verification and validation activities. And what are the typical scenarios where that life cycle model is useful? So when we talk about waterfall model, you can refresh your memory. In this model, we collect overall business requirements, then we go for the software requirements among these business requirements. After that, we plan, then we put a high level design for that. We also use a low level design, coding, and testing. And when we talk about the RAD model, that is a rapid application development model, it is also known as prototyping. Then we consider a lot of issues like early and frequent user feedback will increase the chances of software project meeting the customer requirements. Changes are unavoidable, and the software development process must be able to adapt itself to rapid kind of changes. So when we talk about the prototyping model, it has lot of activities. Here some activities I am explaining, like the software development organization interacts with the customer to understand the requirements. The organization produces a prototype to show how the eventual software system would look like. And at the customer side and the development side, we can say that customer and the development organization review the prototype frequently so that customers' feedback is taken very early in the cycle. And based on all upon these things, we take the feedback and the prototype that is produced. The software development organization will go for the creation of the system requirement specification document, that is SRS. And when the SRS is formed, the prototype will be discarded and SRS will be used, and SRS will be working as the basis of the further activities like design and development. And as we know, the spiral model is also having some similar phases, but in these phases we are continuously in touch of the customers as well as the feedback streams. So it is also known as a iterative model. One more model is there, V model. That is, you know that the waterfall model viewed testing as a post development activity, and but when we talk about spiral model, it took one step further and tried to break up the product into some incremental steps. This is the basic difference between these two models. But when we talk about V model, it starts off being similar to the waterfall model. That means the starting is same as waterfall model, but in that it envisages product development to be made up of a number of phases or levels. That means some levels are there. So, however, the new perspective that the V model brings in is that different types of testing applies at different levels. That means at each level we do a special type of testing. So, thus as a result, from a testing kind of perspective, the type of tests that need to be done at each level will vary in a significant manner, in an important manner. So this is V model. So in this e-lecture, we have started our subject by considering some special terms, verification and validation, and how we can touch these terms concerning life cycle models. That's why we have taken a review of our last classes. That means software development life cycles, verification, validation, different life cycle models. So in our next lecture, we are going to study further about some new topics that I will be telling later on the in the second e-lecture. So now you should go in depth of verification and validation, that why we are using these specific terms and how we will relate these terms with our software development life cycle models. On the basis of these definitions, we are going to introduce some specific testing techniques. I know that till date you are aware about black box and white box testing. So now we are going to explain all types of testing. We are going to explore in a great detail. So till then, thank you, and we will be moving in testing techniques in depth in our next lecture. Thank you.